Moto2 World Championship. It's full gas and we're underway here in Phillip Island. A good launch from that pole position by Phillip Island. Looks like he might get the whole shot on that long one down to Doan corner. His Boscascura teammate Alonso Lopez also away well. Not a great start for Augusto Fernandez from the middle of that front row. Tony Arbolino has picked him off. Arbolino now having a great first lap. Arbolino, the time winner, up into second.
Agura's had a very good start. I think he's up to around 7th or 8th already. He's going around the outside of Manu Gonzalez through the southern loop. We'll track him through this first sector as Arbolino leads the two Boscascuro speed-up riders. Then in 4th place, we have Augusto Fernandez, but I think he's only about 3 places ahead of his title rival Agura now. That's a change for Pedro Acosta up the inside of Aaron Kinnett, who's going backwards in these early stages. And confirmation on your screens, Agura has gained 3 spots. He got built up a bit in that first sector.
Just to see where he's going to come in on this current lap. No, he's going through this time around. He's probably going to want to build up a lead, maybe of
take it as late as possible.
1.5 seconds.
He's got clear track. He's got no one disrupting his rhythm, so he can just get his head down and try and build up a lead as Arbolino forces Augusto Fernandez wide. Fernandez has got to think of the World Championship here. He can't take too many risks in this situation, but he has to relinquish third alone. But I think if you're Alonso Lopez, with a couple of laps still to take before he has to come to the long lap penalty lane, he'll want to try and serve it if he can and still maintain the lead. But without the gear now in second, I'd imagine he's going to filter in at some point behind his teammate. Let's try and get an idea of what happened. It was Simone Corsi that he's made contact with. As Navarro gone down further ahead, we'll watch them there on the exit. They do make contact, and unfortunately gets run over by Simone Corsi. Not a lot really Corsi could do once the contact was made, and that's a crash for Arbolino out of second place.
Tony Arbolino's blown second place, and there's going to be no back-to-back podiums for him. That's a real fast one. Look at the damage to Tony Arbolino's leathers. He is shaken and he is stirred. He drops to his knees. That was huge for Tony Arbolino into the hay shed. This is going to be, well, he spins around, doesn't he? A couple of full 360s there from Tony Arbolino.
Fernandez takes that wider line. Acosta kind of had to go up the inside. He has a good look over to his team, Augusto Fernandez, thinking, what do I do here? You've gone wide. He has to stay in 3rd place, and the chasing group is now led once again by Salak.
Acosta takes second. Lopez's advantage, a massive 3.1 seconds. There are clearly no team orders then.
Where he is, there's your confirmation on screen of Kubo on the 81. Lorenzo Dalla Porta has retired from this Grand Prix.
10 to go then here in Australia. Your runaway leader is Alonso Lopez, who's going to be almost 4 seconds clear of the chasing pack very, very soon.
That's left, but Fernandez down.
Fernandez has gone down. Can you believe it? Augusto Fernandez goes down the southern loop, and his world title loop's gone south as well.
Agura's going to take the championship lead now.
Head in hands and at Red Bull KTM IO. Talk about getting out of jail free today here. Agura then, what a gift. All of his Christmases coming early here in Australia, because at the moment Agura sits in 12th position, and Augusto Fernandez at such a key moment of the championship. He had a safe podium there, didn't he? Through the southern loop. Back with your race leader then. You talk about masterclass performances, exhibition performances. Well, this has been brilliant by Alonso Lopez. I'm not sure what's happened to Joe Roberts here, because he's just come up the slip road. Up the slip road, Joe Roberts comes then at the Miller corner. It looks like his motorcycle has gone kaput, expired. He's looking pretty frustrated out of that commentary box window right now as Joe Roberts. So
one more point for Ayagura.
Ayagura, as we mentioned, the luck has certainly been on his side, hasn't it, here today in Phillip Island. Last lap started then here, 4.4 kilometres of this Phillip Island circuit remaining for number 21, Alonso Lopez, who has been the cream of the crop, no question. It's been a dominant performance by him from that third place on the grid. Was leading by nearly 2 seconds at the end of the first lap alone, took the long lap penalty after his collision with Celestino Vietti at turn 10 in FP1, and that was as close as the field got. The closer that anybody got to Alonso Lopez was on that run down to the first corner, and that has been it. He's been in a different postcode here in Phillip Island to everybody else. Ayagura then starts the last lap down in 11th place. He's 32 seconds behind Alonso Lopez. Is Ayagura. He's given up the chase here on bench Nader as well, as you'd expect he would do. No sense in taking the risk for 10th place when he knows he'd have seen Augusto Fernandez in the gravel and the grass at the Southern Loop. There's confirmation of the retirement then for Californian Joe Roberts.
So just half a lap to go then for Alonso Lopez, who has to already be going down as one of the world title favourites for 2023 with the form that he's shown in the second half of this season. He's been the only rider really who's been able to lay a candle to Fernandez and Agura, but quite frankly this afternoon, even with the long lap penalty, Alonso Lopez has been in a class of his own.
He really has, absolutely untouchable. One corner left to go then for the Bosca scorer man, who has been utterly brilliant here in Phillip Island. On the coast here in Australia, Alonso Lopez coasts to a dominant Moto2 victory here in Phillip Island. He wins by 3.5 seconds from Pedro Acosta. Jake Dixon has a brilliant ride, the Brit coming from 14th on the grid to take another podium for the number 96. There's the checkered flag then taken for Ayagura. Not a great day for the number 79, the Japanese man at all. 11th, but he will crucially seize the lead in the World Championship after Fernandez's big mishap at the Southern Loop just before the halfway point. But this man, Alonso Lopez, was truly astonishing today here in Phillip Island.